Welcome once again to another edition of Quoth the Raven, Lewis by Raven. It is October 17th, 2021, day 17 of Booktober. And that means it's time to discuss another book. Today it is Not As We Know It. It is a middle school age book for supernatural storyline, and we'll get into it in just a moment. Trying to get the image to come up. There we go. Not As We Know It is $16.99. The publisher is Schwartz Wade Books. The writer is Tom Avery. The cover artist for this edition is Kennard Pack. There are a couple of other editions as well. It's a supernatural fantasy released in 2015. What it's about: Jamie and Ned are twins growing up together on a tiny island in the English Channel. They love to do things as a pair, from scouring the beaches for treasures that wash up from the sea to watching Star Trek on DVD. But Ned is not well. He is fighting cystic fibrosis, and the most recent treatments don't seem to be working. The truth is, Ned is dying. Then one day, the brothers find a strange creature on the beach. It is hurt, and they carry it to their garage where they fill a tub with salt water and care for it. It's like nothing they've ever seen before, with its scales and gills combined with arms and legs. As the boys care for the creature, their grandfather tells them of mermen and mermaids. Jamie starts to hope that the creature can work a miracle for Ned, although Ned sees it very differently. Their granddad told them the ancient stories of how sailors have been sick on their ships with no hope, and then they disappear all of a sudden. There are rumors that those sailors joined the world of the merman. Ned and the creature have a connection, and know that Ned's story would end more like the sailors, in death. But the theme really is about family and friendship, because really the kids do everything together, and Jamie never wants to let Ned go, and neither does Ned, really, but Ned does have a plan. So pretty much in the end, once Ned is really, really sick, he doesn't have much time left, and Jamie's waiting upon a miracle from the creature, Ned tells Jamie he doesn't have much hope, and that all the people in the stories never actually made it. They all died. Jamie doesn't want to believe this, and he becomes very angry and sad. Anyway, they both agree that it's time to finally let go of the creature and release him back to his true home and to his family back in the depths of the sea. That night, their mother tells them to stay home, as Ned needs to be kept warm and inside due to his health. But that night, Ned sneaks out to the sea without Jamie, and Jamie wakes up to find Ned is gone. Frantic, he hops on his bike and races after Ned, and even a police officer comes after them, as he knows the boys very well, and follows them to see what he was up. Follows Jamie to see what he's up to. Then they see Ned jump into the ocean with the creature. Jamie dives into the ocean after his brother, but never finds Ned, and is forced back to the shore before he himself drowns, where his grandfather finds him. The family is devastated. The Coast Guard searches, but they never do find Ned. And Jamie never tells his family about the merman because he thinks they would never believe him and think he'd gone mad. And Jamie is devastated by this, and he never understood what Ned had really meant. But they all say their goodbyes to the fallen Ned and try to move forward and try to go on living. What do I think about this book? Well, this novel is for middle grade readers. and it's riddled with sorrow and the dream of watching a loved one slowly decline. This is something I can really relate to because I've done that for my grandfather, my mother, and other relatives in my family. I'm kind of doing it with my father, although he's improved and he's worsened, he's improved, he's worsened, but eventually he will go as well. But in this storyline, we're talking about a young child, and Ned is also a ray of light himself, refusing to let his illness rule his life. Still, the book is clearly headed for Ned to go where Jamie can't follow, a journey that he has to take on his own. As the creature brings hope to Jamie, it also brings him distress as he recognizes that his hope may be futile, and readers will see it as a natural way for the character to keep from facing his brother's approaching death. Both boys are very strongly well-written characters. Jamie is pure of heart, trying to be there for his brother. He leaves regular school to be homeschooled alongside his brother. He's a source of adventure and normalcy for Ned, something that keeps them close and also buoys up Ned's moods and health. Ned isn't willing to do anything but face the truth of his situation, and yet that doesn't limit his activities. Instead, it seems to fuel him and his desire to be more than just a dying boy. Now, if there's anything that there might be a problem with this book, it's that the author is kind of retelling same kind of story, or retelling a story that he did in an earlier novel, My Brother's Shadow. I am guessing that he must have lost a sibling much too young in life. That's why he keeps doing stories on this specific topic. I happen to think this is the more palatable book for younger readers, as this story you will understand more why Ned takes his own life, whereas in My Brother's Shadow, the brother's suicide is never really explained, and it's about the survivor's journey of coping with the loss. And the lead in My Brother's Shadow is a sister, not a brother. And this book has a more fantastical element to keep younger readers engaged. I recommend it for ages 10 and up. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. I do also recommend My Brother's Shadow for a little bit older group, maybe 12 to 13 and up. But keep in mind, The Brother's Shadow is about a person who has actually committed suicide and not really explained, whereas at least with Ned, we understand why he does what he does. The rating on this book is 4 out of 5 stars. And that is our review for today. Now, there are some other things going on this week. Tomorrow's books are going to be 2 for tomorrow. We're going to review Captain Marvel Re-Entry and Captain Marvel Fallen something or other. I can't remember the actual name. Just give me a second. Falling Star. That's what it was. Falling Star. So that'll be tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Now, this is the week starting today through Saturday. Of course, you've just watched Not As We Know It from Tom Avery. A little bit later this afternoon, I'm going to do a live draw, be some monsters, and then later yet, we're going to do the second half of the Stranger Things review that I started last night. I covered season 1 last night and started a little bit of season 2, but I hadn't watched enough of season 2 to really talk about it. So I'm going to do a follow-up episode for season 2 later today. Tomorrow, on Monday, we will talk about the 2 Captain Marvel books by Kelly Thompson and Friends. Tuesday will be Booktober Day 19. We'll be talking about Recovery Incorporated by Michael Pennick. Wednesday will be Day 20. We'll talk about Paranormal and Blackjack by Dan Christensen. And we're going to do some crowdfunding online surfing. So there'll be 2 episodes on Wednesday. Thursday will be Day 21 of Booktober. It will be Spidey Freshman Year, written by Robbie Thompson with Nick Bradshaw, Andre Lima Arujo, and Nathan Stockman on the art. And we'll have a separate episode of What Did You Get This Week? Friday will be Day 22, where we talk about the Whisper Omnibus Volume 1 by Stephen Grant, Rich Larson, Del Barris, and others. And then Saturday we'll have Booktober Day 23, Press Start to Play, which is a collection of short stories edited by Daniel H. Wilson and John Joseph Adams. And then we'll have on Saturday night the Saturday night movie talk, and we'll have classic horror movies week 1. We'll also do that again on the 30th. So that is our schedule for the following upcoming week. And so with that said, I bid you adieu for now. I'll be back in a little while with the live draw, and the theme will be monsters because it's October. So in the meantime, if you liked this video or you think others might, please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons to continue to get content from this channel. As always, I thank you for watching and for your support. If you want to reach out to me, I'm on Facebook at Lewis.BrightRaven, at Twitter at LewisBrightRave2. You can see some of my artwork at DeviantArt.com/BrightRaven. You've been watching Quoth the Raven, Lewis Brightraven, exclusively on YouTube. If you have questions, comments, you want to commission artwork, you want to make suggestions on topics for discussion, Quoth the Raven LBR72@gmail.com is the address to send that information to me. And if for some reason I don't get back to you, you can always try lewisbrightraven@yahoo.com. That's all for now. I will see you guys a little bit later in the afternoon here after I get my stuff set up for live draw. Until then, have a good day.